Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. Welcome to Bookshare Audio, where every idea awakens the mind and every truth becomes a guide to transformation. In this reflection, we explore one of the most profound journeys into the human mind, an exploration of how we think, why we make mistakes, and how our judgments shape our reality. This is a journey into the two systems of thought that govern our decisions every moment of our lives. The fast, intuitive system that acts instantly, and the slow, deliberate system that reasons carefully. It is not a study of intelligence, but a mirror of the mind, showing us why we so often think we are right when we are not, and how our greatest strength, intuition, can also be our greatest weakness. The human mind is a marvel of speed and precision. It reacts to danger before we can form a thought. It recognizes a friend's face in the crowd, catches a ball flying through the air, and finishes a sentence before the words are spoken. This is the power of fast thinking, the automatic, intuitive system that governs most of our daily life. It is effortless, spontaneous, and guided by patterns that have evolved through centuries of survival. Yet, beneath this speed lies a hidden problem. The same system that allows us to act quickly also makes us prone to error. It creates illusions of understanding, false confidence, and shortcuts that mislead us. We believe we are reasoning when in fact we are reacting. The second system of thought, slow thinking, is the part of us that reasons, calculates, and questions. It is deliberate, effortful, and reflective. It engages when we face a problem that cannot be solved by instinct, when we must compute, plan, or doubt. This system, though slower, is the seat of reason and logic. It allows us to question our first impressions, to test ideas, to pause before reacting. But this system is lazy. It prefers comfort over effort and often allows the fast system to dominate, even when the fast system is wrong. This internal balance between speed and control defines how we make decisions, how we judge others, and how we understand the world. Our fast system lives on associations. When you see a picture of a smiling face, your mind instantly feels warmth. When you hear an angry tone, you sense danger. This associative engine builds a web of meaning, connecting emotions, memories, and ideas without effort. Yet because it seeks coherence, it often invents patterns where none exist. It jumps to conclusions, fills in gaps, and tells stories that feel true. It is a master of narrative illusion. When something happens, we rarely admit, "I don't know why." Instead, our mind instantly constructs a reason, a story that fits, even if it's false. This tendency, known as the machine for jumping to conclusions, explains why humans are so confident in their beliefs and so blind to their biases. Consider how we judge probability. When we meet someone described as quiet, neat, and fond of books, our mind instantly labels him a librarian rather than a farmer, even though statistically there are far more farmers than librarians. Our intuition ignores the numbers and follows resemblance. This is the representativeness heuristic, one of the many shortcuts our brain uses to simplify complex problems. It feels right, but it's wrong. The same bias appears when we assess risk. After hearing about a plane crash, we believe flying is dangerous, even though statistically it remains safer than driving. Our judgments are swayed not by reality, but by what easily comes to mind, what psychologists call the availability heuristic. We remember vivid events, emotional stories, and recent experiences far more than dull facts. The mind does not measure probability, it measures emotion. Fast thinking is useful because it saves time and energy. It allows us to navigate the world without constant calculation. Yet, it often leads to systematic errors, biases that are predictable and universal. We tend to overvalue small samples, assuming a few cases reveal the truth. We anchor our beliefs on the first piece of information we hear and adjust too little from it. We seek patterns in random events, turning coincidence into cause.
We are blind to regression to the mean, the tendency for extreme performances to move closer to average over time. We invent explanations for success and failure, believing in skill where luck reigns. These biases are not flaws of intelligence, but products of the architecture of thought. The same shortcuts that help us act quickly also distort our perception of reality. One of the deepest illusions of the mind is overconfidence. We think we understand the past, when we are really just weaving it into a story. Hindsight gives us the feeling that events were predictable after they occurred. We look back and say, "I knew it all along," though we never did. This illusion of understanding blinds us to uncertainty. We underestimate how unpredictable the world truly is. Our memory edits events to make them coherent, erasing randomness and contradiction. This is why experts, politicians, and investors often feel certain even when they are wrong. Their confidence is not a measure of accuracy, but of how convincing their story feels. We see this illusion in the business world every day. A manager attributes success to his strategy, failure to bad luck. Investors believe they can predict markets based on past trends. Analysts craft narratives that explain every rise and fall, forgetting that much of it was random. The truth is humbling. Skill matters, but luck matters more than we like to admit. The mind rebels against this truth because randomness feels intolerable. We crave order, meaning, and causality. We prefer a bad reason to no reason at all. The illusion of control comforts us, even as it deceives us.
At the heart of decision-making lies another powerful idea. We do not evaluate outcomes by their final states, but by changes from our current position. Gains and losses are not symmetrical. Losing $100 hurts more than gaining $100 brings joy. This asymmetry explains why people fear losses more than they see gains, a principle known as loss aversion. It shapes our behavior in every domain, from finance to relationships. We cling to what we own, resist change, and avoid risk, even when the potential reward outweighs the danger. Our fast system reacts emotionally to loss. Our slow system justifies it with reason. The combination traps us in patterns of fear and hesitation. This same principle extends to how we perceive risk. We treat rare events like plane crashes, lottery wins, or terrorist attacks with exaggerated weight because they trigger strong emotions. Our imagination magnifies the improbable into the unbearable. The fast system cannot grasp probability. It deals in images and feelings. It does not see numbers, but stories. As a result, we buy insurance we don't need, gamble on odds we can't win, and vote for policies that reflect fear rather than logic. The slow system could correct these distortions, but it rarely does. It prefers the comfort of intuition to the discipline of calculation. Our judgments are also shaped by how questions are framed. A surgery described as having a 90% survival rate sounds safer than one with a 10% death rate, though they mean the same thing. People donate more when told that their money will save lives rather than reduce deaths. The words we use shape our choices because the mind responds not to facts, but to frames. Fast thinking works with context and emotion, not with logic. It takes the surface of things as truth and builds meaning around it. Understanding this gives us power, the power to design decisions, to frame choices in ways that align with reason rather than fear. Beyond decisions lies an even deeper discovery that we are not one self, but two. There is the experiencing self, which lives in the moment, and the remembering self, which tells the story afterward. The experiencing self feels life second by second, pleasure, pain, boredom, joy. The remembering self constructs meaning, it edits, selects, and summarizes. But the two selves do not always agree. When asked to recall a vacation, the remembering self judges it by how it ended, not by how it felt throughout. A trip with a miserable last day may be remembered as bad, even if the rest was joyful. The experiencing self cares about moments. The remembering self cares about stories. We live most of our life for the storyteller, not the experiencer. We choose future experiences based on memories, not actual pleasure. This means we often sacrifice real happiness for remembered happiness. Understanding this divide forces us to question what it means to live well. Are we trying to be happy in the moment, or to build a story we can look back on with pride? The experiencing self needs peace, love, and presence. The remembering self seeks meaning, achievement, and coherence. Modern life, with its constant measurement of success, often favors the remembering self, the one that wants to look good in retrospect. Yet true well-being requires balance, to live deeply and to remember truthfully. What makes these ideas powerful is that they reveal the limits of human rationality. We are not logical machines. We are storytelling animals guided by emotion, habit, and illusion. Our thinking is not flawed because it is irrational. It is flawed because it is human. The goal, then, is not to eliminate bias, but to understand it. Awareness is the first step toward control. When we learn how our mind works, we can create systems that protect us from our weaknesses. Pilots use checklists to avoid intuitive mistakes. Investors rely on formulas rather than feelings. Doctors use statistical models to counteract biases in diagnoses. By acknowledging our limits, we can design environments that make better decisions easier. The mind's two systems can also teach us humility. Fast thinking is not the enemy, it is the foundation of skill and survival. It gives rise to creativity, intuition, and expertise. A firefighter who senses danger before seeing flames, a musician who feels the next note before playing it, both rely on trained intuition. But intuition must be earned through experience, not assumed through confidence. The difference between skill and illusion lies in feedback, the chance to learn from mistakes in a stable environment. Where feedback is weak or delayed, intuition deceives. In uncertain domains like finance or politics, gut feelings are often guesses disguised as insights. At the end of this journey, we see that thinking, fast and slow, is not a conflict but a partnership. Our life depends on the balance between them, the instinct that acts and the reason that questions. The fast system keeps us alive. The slow system keeps us human. But the fast system also misleads us when it acts without supervision. It confuses ease with truth, familiarity with safety, confidence with accuracy. The slow system, though lazy, can rescue us if we remember to engage it. The challenge of wisdom is not to silence intuition, but to guide it. We must learn when to trust our gut and when to check our logic. That awareness is the mark of a disciplined mind. In the end, the greatest enemy of clear thinking is not ignorance, but illusion. The illusion that we know, that we understand, that our perspective is complete. To think clearly is to live with humility. It is to accept uncertainty, to resist the comfort of easy answers, and to remember that every story our mind tells is just one version of truth. When we slow down, question our impulses, and let reason guide emotion, we begin to see the world not as we wish it to be, but as it is. That is the essence of awareness, the point where thought becomes wisdom. Thank you for listening to Bookshare Audio. If this reflection has inspired you to think more deeply about your own mind and decisions, Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share with someone who loves learning. Your support helps us continue bringing the world's most powerful ideas to life. And if there's a book you'd like us to explore next, leave its title in the comments below. Your request might be the next journey we share together. Thank you.